Pascal. You are now rocking with that dude Pascal. We be going wild, Haitian in the building, so original. Got the haters catching feelings. Get your hands up to the ceiling and keep them held high, cause St. Louis isn't ready. Forget about it, goodbye. Hold up, we just saying hi. Five somebody, rise up weekdays. Catch us live, somebody, let's go.
Good evening, everybody. Good morning and good afternoon, and welcome to the Pascal Show. Hope you guys are all doing well out there, enjoying your day, making it wonderful, or, closing out your day in a positive way. You know what I mean? Because, we got some things to talk about today. We got some things to talk about tonight, which I'm still scratching my head on this one. I'm still trying to figure out what the heck happened here. This is a weird one. We got Wagner in Barcelona saying good night on Facebook. Hopefully you're having a good one out there in Barcelona. Hopefully it's a wonderful one. But yes, this is a crazy one, y'all. And we kind of have to. We got to break this one down and figure some things out. There's still some more information I'm still trying to get live. That's why I kind of started a little bit late, because I'm trying to get some more footage, video, etc., revolving around this particular case, this story, because this is just sad, y'all. Again, this is just very, very sad. Let me fix this real quick. Okay, there we are. This is just very, very sad. A story of two young kids. I know there's a lot of speculation on some other things revolving around these two relationships, or the relationship between these two, but at the same time, it doesn't. Whatever they want to dress this up as, it doesn't matter. It's two young individuals that are no longer here. Their futures snuffed out by God knows who. Now, allegedly, there's somebody out on the lam right now. Somebody's on the run as we speak. Allegedly, a person of interest that is about 17 years old. We are going to get into that piece of information here in just a minute. But at the same time, this is just a strange situation, a strange story, heartbreaking story. And my heart goes out to the families, the Woods and Clark family. This is very, very sad. Okay. But we got to get some things moving. Trying to straighten this thing up, trying to straighten up my life today. So a little housekeeping before we get things going. Hit that like button down below. That would really mean a lot. That would mean the world to me. And I'm sure a lot of other people that are watching the show. So send it past 100 likes really quick. That would mean a lot. We got to talk about this, y'all. We got to talk about this story, because this is frustrating. Frustrating. It's very frustrating. I'm just going to say that. And please do not forget to crush that subscribe button, y'all. Crush it. If you haven't done that yet, please join the Pascal Show family. Trust me. Whoops. Trust me. You'll thank me later. Oh, no. There we go. Trust me. You'll thank me later. So join the family. That would really, really, really mean a lot, all right? But we got to jump into these stories. So let's get into this, okay? This is a very frustrating story. I keep saying that, but it's because of how things are being approached with this story. And I feel like seems like an ongoing theme. It keeps going on and on and on. The saga, this saga continues over and over again. It just happens to be a different situation or a different location, a different part of the country, a different part of the world sometimes, where it feels like certain groups seem to drag their feet when it comes to taking care of getting justice. I will say that. Hence the reason why this one's very, very frustrating. And I'm not going to put all the blame on one particular area, but it does seem a bit like, why are you being so slow on this situation? And of course, we already know the end of it, by the way, is that, or what is current right now, there is somebody on the run. Now, what you guys might be asking me, I will get to very, very soon. I promise you that. I promise. But we have to talk about Devin Clark and Lyric Woods. Devin is 18 years old. And Lyric is only 14 years old. They were found on the side of a road, and let's just say multiple gunshot wounds, for lack of a better term, was the cause of their demise. And a lot of people are trying to find out what the hell happened. And just like all of us that are tuning in and watching this show right now as we speak, we're all wondering what the hell happened in this situation. Well, we're going to get into some things because we got some information. We got some more. We got some news clips. We got some articles. We're going to be going through a lot of stuff. Again, I know this is not like a big story to laugh at and poke fun at. This ain't Adam Levine trying to slide in some OnlyFan models DMs today. Unfortunately, guys, this is a real talk. This is a real serious conversation. Two young kids who had bright futures ahead of them are now no longer here because somebody did something incredibly heartbreaking. And now we don't know what actually happened and why any of these things actually happened. But we are going to get into it. We are going to talk about it. We got some news clips and stuff like that we got to get into because I feel like they're telling the story. They'll tell the story a little bit better than me. So let's jump into this, shall we? Again, hit that like button down below. Do not forget to crush that subscribe button. And hopefully maybe by the end of this, we can try to get some semblance of getting closer to getting justice for these two young kids. Teenagers again. Teenagers. Take a look.
The top of a red cross can be seen from Buckhorn Road, and from the air it's surrounded by flowers, marking the site where two teenagers were found dead Sunday afternoon.
And I heard about close to 10 shots going off like an automatic gun, and then a pause for a little bit, and then 5 more shots went off.
David White lives just feet away from where an 18-year-old and a 14-year-old were found dead with gunshot wounds. The Orange County Sheriff's Office said 2 men riding 4-wheelers discovered the bodies.
But he never hurt nobody. And for him to get done like this is I have to have answers.
Tiffany Concepcion is the mother of Devin Clark, an Eastern Alamance High School football player. She filed a missing persons report about an hour before her son was found next to 14-year-old Lyric Woods, a teen she says was her son's friend.
He was an athletic person. He was a good person. He was a good friend. He had a good heart.
Lyric Woods' family reported her missing on Saturday afternoon. An incident report says that Woods' stepfather last saw her home around 11 p.m. on Friday. He went to wake her up Saturday morning, but she was gone. Authorities checked hunting stands and backwood trails and used a canine to search for Lyric, her scent taking the dog into these woods. The report also states a neighbor said they saw Woods riding in a vehicle near where she was found around 3 a.m. on Saturday. Deputies believe Woods got a ride from someone in that car.
Where's the other person? Who's the person that picked either one of them up? Who is the person or people that dropped them off?
Now, I want to roll that back because that piece of information near the end is kind of, to me, is an important piece of information, right? Because it doesn't make sense to me that suddenly the stepfather saw her going to bed. Before he went to bed, obviously, it sounds like she snuck out, which a lot of teenagers do end up doing because they want to go to that party. They want to go to that outing. They want to go hang out with, maybe in her situation, she wanted to hang out with some people that maybe her parents didn't want her to go out and hang out with anybody that night, so on and so forth. God knows what it is. And I will say this too, before we repeat this little piece that I found very interesting about the riding in the car with somebody else around 3 a.m. in the morning, by the way. If she had done this now, that means she has been successful in sneaking out of the house to the wee hours of the morning multiple times before. This is not her first time. This ain't her first rodeo sneaking out of the crib. Let's keep it real, okay? Because I feel like she would have been home a lot sooner if this was the first time sneaking out, and being paranoid about getting caught, right? But let's continue. I want to play this last part because I thought that was interesting.
Was found around 3 a.m. on Saturday. Deputies believe Woods got a ride from someone in that car.
Where's
3 a.m. on Saturday. I'm going to roll that one more time because that was pretty quick.
Was found around 3 a.m. The report also states a neighbor said they saw Woods riding in a vehicle near where she was found around 3 a.m. on Saturday. Deputies believe Woods got a ride from someone in that car.
So who's the information? Who's the person? Just like what the mom is saying right here, Devin Clark's mother. Okay. Who's the person that was riding the car? Who was driving the car? Whose car was it? How would they sit there and say, oh, yeah, you know, they have reports. So who saw them in the car? Who saw both of them, Devin and Lyric, in the same car at the same time at 3 a.m. in the morning? Who are those people? Who's the eyewitness? How do they have proof of this? You see what I'm saying? Now, I understand that there's a lot of information that I'm sure 5-0 is playing close to their chest. They're not going to release everything all at once, but at the same time, what's going on here? If she was out 3 a.m. and somebody else saw her in this car, allegedly, okay, this is what the reports are saying, at 3 a.m., then who would be? Who drove the car? It seems strange. Now, I want to roll back a little bit in the beginning of here, too, because of the information that you hear from the I guess the ear witness, because he didn't see anything. He heard multiple gunshots ringing out. So I just want to play that one more time.
Were found dead Sunday afternoon.
And I heard about close to 10 shots going off like an automatic gun. And then I paused for a little bit, and then 5 more shots went off.
David White lives just feet away from where an 18-year-old and a 14-year-old were found dead with gunshot wounds.
Now, that kind of information I understand. Like you just hear something, gunshots going off, etc. Multiple gunshots go off. To me, it sounds like there's more than just one person, unless that person had a semi-automatic weapon or something of that sort. To me, if somebody's shooting, if there is that going off that many times, and he says it was almost like a machine gun going off, to me, it makes me think, sounds like maybe somebody had, either it was one person with a semi or an automatic gun, or it was multiple people pulling the trigger, if you catch my drift. Something doesn't seem right here. Still, obviously, no matter what, how they left this planet does not seem right here at all. Okay? So you hear this piece, and there's more information, but we are going to get into that here in just a minute. But we got to do a little bit of information because it just seems strange. Okay? So we got another article here. Okay? And please do me a favor, hit that like button down below, okay? Please do me that favor. Send it past 200 likes for me, okay? And, of course, do not forget to hit that subscribe button. It'd be great to have you a part of the Pascal Show fam, all right? And, of course, hit that join button and all that stuff as well. Anyway, it says here, horrifying 5 chilling clues emerge after bodies of teens, Lyric and Devin, found from GSWs, or gunshot wounds, to mystery passenger. So that's what I'm saying. Mystery passenger. Who is that? Who could that be? We're going to get into it. We're going to get to it very soon. But the chilling disappearance of 2 teens left a small community in shock as disturbing clues emerge from suspicious GSWs to a mystery passenger who may be the last person to see them. So 2 bodies believed to be, of course, we already know about Lyric and Devin, were found on Sunday, hours after they suddenly vanished in North Carolina. Of course, this is another photo of Lyric here. She's only 14 years old, y'all. 14. All right. And then now you got Devin Clark right here as well. All right. They say that he was a hell of an athlete. Only 18 years old, y'all. 18. And don't worry, we're going to get into some conversations here very soon. So just hold on to your butts. All right. So 2 men reportedly discovered the remains by a power line at 3 p.m. while riding their four-wheelers on Sunday afternoon and alerted the police. As a parent, I cannot imagine how excruciating the wait for confirmation of the victim's identity is. This is, of course, what the County Sheriff Charles Blackwood said. The process is important and critical to lead us to the person or persons responsible for this horrific crime. I'm asking for your patience as we, along with other investigative agencies, do the work necessary to seek justice for the victims and their families. Now, one thing, I mean, maybe I'm jumping the gun here, okay? There's 2 different things here. One, we're going to be listening to the 911 call, and I'm not going to say anything further from that. We're going to listen to the 911 call before we continue here. But one thing that I found very interesting, though, too, is as a parent, I cannot imagine how excruciating the wait for confirmation of the victim's identity is. Does that mean that does it mean something bad happened to the remains? Or am I reading into that wrong? That's the one question I have. Were the bullets so bad, okay? Were the bullets so bad? Did they affect the body so bad that they were almost unrecognizable? Like I said, I'm asking that. I'm asking y'all. I'm asking my fam. I'm asking my friends. Tell me what you think that is down below, or in the chat, because to me, it sounds like their bodies were riddled so badly with bullets that they were almost unrecognizable. But like I said, I could be reading that the wrong way. Okay. But before we jump further into these 5 clues or these 5 pieces of information that are shocking and explain a little bit more, we got to listen to this 911 call, which to me, something's weird about this 911 call. And again, I will say this too, okay? This 911 call doesn't make no damn sense, yo. Solely because of what you're about to bloody hear. Hold on, I'm just getting it queued up for you guys to hear this. Please, somebody make this make sense. And maybe this is what they use for other... I'm getting ahead of myself, but hear this out. Hear it. Just listen, y'all. Take a listen.
I would like to speak to the officer in person, but what we have found is we've actually discovered 2 dead bodies.
Mims, make it make sense, people. My fam, my beautiful family. You know I love y'all. Make that make sense. Am I reading into that? Am I reading into that? Am I wrong? I will play it again, Bernice. Trust me, I will play it again. But I'm just saying, I will play it again for those nosebleed seats. But real talk, the what? That, and they're going to play a little bit more, but I'm just saying, Mims, why is there a voice changer on this mug? Again, I'm reading it. Maybe I'm reading into it, y'all. You know what? I'm crazy. That's what it is. I'm nuts. I'm crazy. But like I said, you hear plenty of 911 calls all the time. Okay? And it's all normal stuff. Whoa, we just found a body, or, man, there's gunshots being rang out down the street now. There's plenty of that. But why this weird cryptic voice decoder, hello, Sydney type of thing going on from Scream? What is this? I'll play it again. Nosebleed seats.
I would like to speak to the officer in person, but what we have found is we've actually discovered 2 dead bodies.
Okay, I'm going to play a little bit. I think they play a little bit more in this clip. Okay, shout out to Law and Crime, but at the same time, what? Like I said, Mims. Some of y'all like, with WTF. I'm not making this up. I swear to God. Okay. I swear to God. This is literally the 911 call. They haven't doctored or changed anything. I'm going to play more. Trust me. But tell me, am I crazy? Am I crazy? I'll play a little bit more. Let's go.
14-year-old Lyric Woods and 18-year-old Devin Clark were last seen alive on Friday, September 16th. In the following days, their families reported them missing. On Sunday, September 18th, Orange County Dispatch received a 911 call when 2 men riding ATVs found their bodies in a remote area.
Exactly where are the bodies?
There's a power, there's an access to, like, where the power company cut a road in,
Mm-hmm.
and they're just laying around the side of the road. Because we came home, we were on a 4-wheeler,
Mm-hmm.
and we were actually putting out deer corn, and we discovered them.
Okay.
And so we actually came home, and I let my dad know what was going on.
Officials with the Orange.
All right, so real quick. Now, this could be this is a good point. Zozo Bob got it from downtown. He's got a good point there. He could be a minor, and they disguised his voice because he's a minor. But at the same time, though, does that even matter? No. Does that even matter? No one's going to listen to it and go, oh, that's Ray. Oh, that's Ray from down the band. They're not going to do that. They're not. So why is his voice changed? Then the other thing I will say, and I see Sandwich just said it out in the side too. Okay, all the way from downtown, and I agree. The dispatch voice, what is it altered? I don't know, but for me, it doesn't make sense that they would change. I don't know. That they would change his voice. It's just weird. Yeah, but people may recognize his voice, but people may recognize anybody's voice. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. But then again, I get it. I'm gonna roll it back a little bit. Let me play a little bit more.
Our company cut a road in,
Mm-hmm.
and they're just laying around the side of the road. Because we came home, we were on a 4-wheeler,
Mm-hmm.
and we were actually putting out deer corn, and we discovered them.
Okay.
And so we actually came home, and I let my dad know what was going on.
Officials with the Orange County Sheriff's Office.
All right, so then I must be crazy. Okay, then I'm crazy, and that's fine. That's fine. I'm crazy, but did seem weird when I was listening to it. And I'm like, why is this why is there a voice? Why is this guy's voice changed? It shouldn't matter, in my personal opinion. We hear 911 calls of kids calling 911 all the time. So why is this any different? You know? Why is it any different? Sandwich said the person can ask to be disguised. Okay. Then I'm crazy. Okay. I appreciate you guys correcting me. Okay. But when I listened to that, I was like, that's weird. That doesn't make any sense. Because we've heard plenty of kids, plenty of teenagers, adults, and even little babies call 911, and we hear their voices clear as day, you know? So that's why I was like, this seems weird. Why would they want to protect his identity? That's the other thing too. Why would they want to protect his identity as well? But, you know, if he's just somebody who found these 2 young kids on the side of the road. But I get it. And I appreciate you guys correcting me on this. I really, really do. Because I was like, what the hell? But I wanted to have that open discussion with you guys. You know what I mean?
office then began an investigation. The victims were later identified as Woods and Clark.
Okay, we're going to go ahead and notify an officer and have them to come out and speak with you in reference to this.
Days later, a juvenile petition was filed against a 17-year-old suspect on two counts of first-degree murder.
Now, we are going to get into that here in just a second, so I don't want to give all of that away, okay? But there is a suspect, a person of interest. They are 17 years old, and that person is still at large right now as we speak. But before we jump into all of that, okay, I wanted to make sure that we kind of cover. Oh, come on. A little bit more of this information here as well. Okay. And like I said, 911 call threw me off. Seemed a little strange because obviously that could get anybody going off the beaten path. It definitely did for me for a second there. So I appreciate you guys helping me out on that. But I've never heard that before in my life, unless it was literally just somebody using a voice decoder type thing purposely. So that's news to me that they can do that to your voice as well. But mystery gunshots. A neighbor, David White, who lives nearby where the bodies were found, said he heard strange sounds in the area just a few days ago. We heard the video, but we'll read it through here. I heard close to 10 shots going off like an automatic gun and paused for a little bit, and 5 more shots went off. That's what he said to basically a news reporter. But I thought, who's shooting this late at night? Interesting. Close to home, the location where the 2 bodies were found off of Buckhorn Road was about 2.5 miles away from Wood's home. According to a Facebook post created before the grim discovery, Woods had apparently left her home and her parents were unable to contact her. Her stepfather discovered she had left everything in her bedroom when he went to wake her on Saturday morning, except an iPad. And her parents did not believe she was running away. Now, she apparently took her iPad. I keep thinking that maybe possibly, and of course, this is speculation land, but I think maybe something happened where she got into trouble with her family. She got in trouble. She did something that the parents did not want her to do. And they said, your punishment is you give us your phone. It's going to be right over here. You're not going to touch it. But she still had her iPad, though. So she was able to grab her iPad because that's, of course, another way for her to be in contact with her friends, etc. I'm thinking she was on her social medias, DMing people, and was able to meet up with. That's, I guess, how she was able to meet up with her friends. I think the parents had full control over her phone at that particular time because she might have been punished, or maybe she didn't have a phone at all. But then again, I see freaking 6-year-olds running around with cell phones. So I don't know. The world is crazy. Okay. So during the forensic search, investigators checked hunting stands, trails, and used canines to search for the missing teen. The 2 missing teens, let's keep it real. Using her pillowcase, it was reportedly determined that Woods left her family home and traveled through the woods. One resident told cops they spotted Woods traveling through the area in a vehicle at around 3 a.m. on Saturday, but deputies believe she took a ride from someone. Who could that someone be? But then you got to remember, they say one resident told cops they spotted Woods traveling through that area in a vehicle at around 3 a.m. on Saturday. So how did they see her in a car traveling with people? How did this resident see this young girl traveling in a car at 3 a.m. on a Saturday? And again, I will say this though too. This could be a matter of mistaken identity. This could be a mistaken identity situation where maybe somebody saw somebody that may have looked like her and said, oh, we saw this girl in this car. She was traveling this particular way at 3 a.m. on a Saturday. But still, to me, it seems weird that a resident said that they spotted her traveling through the area in a vehicle. How can you do that unless the car had stopped, had conversations with people, and then, people in the, they stopped to have a conversation, and then the car jetted off. It's 3 a.m. in the morning. Sun ain't up yet. So it's not like you're sitting there, cars whizzing by, and you're going, oh, there's Lyric. Seems a little strange to me. Who is the resident? How was this resident able to see Woods traveling through 3 o'clock with somebody in the car? And I'm telling you, if you were able to see her in the car at 3 a.m., you most definitely were able to see who was driving that car as well. That just does not make sense to me. Math is not mathing for me in this situation. So on Sunday, a body believed to be hers was discovered by another set of remains. Her phone, iPad, and her laptop have been taken into evidence. Now, possible foul play. Obviously, it's foul play. Okay, we already know it's foul play. Let's keep it real. But as the investigation continues, Sheriff Blackwell believes the preliminary evidence suggests the students were killed in a possible homicide. However, the North Carolina Medical Examiner Office is still working to establish an official cause of death. Now, let me just say this really quick. Let me say this. I get trying to get official cause of death. I get that. I do get that piece because it may not be GSW's gunshot wounds that caused the demise of these two young individuals. That could very well be it. They could have been out kicking it. I mean, we have to play those possibilities, right? They could have been out kicking it, had a bad reaction to some recreationals, and then maybe they try to cover it up with shooting their. It just doesn't make sense to me. But that seems to be a very far-fetched idea. Most definitely, there is foul play here. Their bodies were just thrown to the side, or their bodies were riddled with bullets and left there to basically leak out for two other teenagers to find them later on the next day or so. Clearly, there is some foul play in this situation. It's ridiculous. But I get them trying to see what actually happened to their bodies, toxicology, doing the autopsy and everything, because that will explain a lot of things as well. But it was confirmed the bodies were of a white female and black male, both appearing to be less than 20 years of age. No forced entry. Deputies said there were no signs of forced entry at Wood's home. The girl's parents said they found the back door unlocked on Saturday morning. Let's keep it reals. She went out to kick it. That's what I think. She's young. She's rebellious. I mean, think about when you were a teenager, and some of y'all are still teenagers to this day right now, but even mentally too. But at the same time, we'll talk about that another time, I promise. But think about the time when you were a teenager. I mean, there's a lot of times that you want to just go be free. Parents just don't understand and all that stuff. You know? You don't think that she snuck out? Man, I think she snuck out, y'all. She snuck out. Okay? And she didn't have her phone because maybe she got in trouble with something for doing something that she shouldn't have done. And that's why she didn't have her phone. She didn't take her phone with her. That's strange. My assumption, she was grounded. She lost phone privileges. That's what I think. Oh, wait a second. We got some people with some theories. Jackie Brown. Hello. Great movie, by the way. Jackie Brown. Sounds like a jealous boyfriend or someone who liked the girl. She may have rejected him and he snapped. You know, there are some speculations out here for real, for real. I don't know personally. All I know is that what happened to him is unthinkable. And I'm still trying to, like I said, I'm still trying to wrap my mind around this because it still just doesn't make sense to me at all. Okay. Simone Abundance, you know what? Or maybe her parents found something on her phone. You never know. Anything is possible. We don't know why she didn't have her phone, but a full on assumption, speculation would be she did something that the parents did not like. Maybe she mouthed off. You never know. She's 14. Kids do things when they, you know what I mean? We all did stupid things, mouthed off or bad grades or, doing whatever. And we get punished for doing said thing. Or shoot, maybe she got caught sneaking out. Parents were like, hey, nah, man, give me that phone. That's your punishment. You don't play no PlayStation. You don't play that Xbox. You don't even play the Nintendo 64. So the only way we could punish you really is taking that phone. So give me that phone, and that phone is your life. That's a lot of us, right? Even all of us. Think about going without your phone for a couple days. Trust me, you might snap. Some of us. You know what I mean? So I think she was being punished. And that's why she didn't have her phone on her. But she still had her iPad. And she was still able to get access to message her friends. That's my assumption, obviously. So Wood's grandfather offered an award for $10,000 to anyone who has information about her disappearance. So now let's get into the third passenger. Family members suspect the two teenagers may have gotten into a car with a third person hours before they vanished, reported to the WRAL. So who is strong enough to carry two bodies and dump them? Asked Clark's mother. This is what she said. We want answers. I'm not going to keep fighting for answers. Sheriff Blackwood noted, although we do not have that confirmation yet, in the absence of any other missing persons matching the description of the individuals located, the tragic but logical conclusion is increasingly clear. This loss is devastating for the victims' families and friends, and indeed for the entire family. Now, both families have created a GoFundMe accounts to cover funeral expenses, describing Woods as an amazing young lady, daughter, sister, and friend, Clark as an athlete who loved his family. I also heard that he was a gentle giant, that he was just very warm and loving. Let's not forget those things as well. Like, they're leaning really hard on lyric, but they're not talking much about Devin, and I think that's a little strange in this particular article. And there's other things that we need to talk about here in just a minute. I think it's a little strange. Just saying. He's just an athlete. No, he was more than just an athlete, in my personal opinion. He was just described as an athlete and that loved his family. No, they said a lot more things about him than just that. I just want you to know. All right, guys. Police say Woods, who attended Cedar Ridge High School, and Clark, a senior at Eastern Elements, something like that. Sorry, I'm saying it wrong. High school were acquaintances. Now, there's been crazy amounts of speculations and theories revolving around their relationship. Some people have said that the theories are saying that they were together, and some of them are just saying that they were just good friends hanging out and having a good time. I don't know what to think. I don't know what to think about all that. I'm just taking it as they may have just been good friends. You can have, high school friends that are opposite sex. Doesn't automatically mean that there has to be entanglements. for lack of a better word. All right. Or romance. They could just be friends. And that could very well be it. They could have gotten together to go and smoke a little, a little doobie. You know what I'm saying? Little devil's lettuce and hang out. Drink some beers and just kick it. That could very well be it. You feel me? That could very well be the situation. They just might be good kicking it buddies. That's it. Or there could be more to this story. What we know right now is that they were just acquaintances. I know a lot of people are going in on some things, but we'll see. We shall see. We are deeply saddened by the news of the death of our student Lyric Woods, and a ninth grader at Cedar Ridge High School. This is, of course, in the school statement. Our hearts are with Lyric's family and everyone who knew her, including many at Orange High, Gravely, Hill Middle, and Eflin Cheeks. That's interesting. Eflin Cheeks Global Elementary. So students at Woods wore T-shirts with a name on them, and they did a balloon release that was planned later in the week to honor her memory. Both teens were honored with a moment of silence at a soccer game between their schools. This past weekend, Devin Clark and Lyric, this is obviously what they said in the thing. Please keep their families in their thoughts and prayers. Of course, this is a photo of Devin with his mom. And of course, there's Lyric again. What's very frustrating. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, but I'm going there. Where's the stories? Why is this article only revolving around? Sorry, wrong person. My bad. Sorry. But you see what I did there, right? Why is the story is only on her? What happened to him? They got all this information over here, but what happened to Devin, yo? What about Devin, though? What about Devin, though? Don't worry, we're going to get into it. Don't worry. Oh, we're going to get into it. All right? Because that's jacked up in my personal opinion. Now, I also want to say this too. Now, because there have been people who have been speculating that it has to do with gang banging and blah blah blah. He was running around with a bunch of thugs and so on and so forth. Just because this kid is black does not mean that he has to deal with any type of gang related stuff. What if there was something else more sinister going on? Just saying. But people are real quick. To jump down the rabbit hole of, because they see Devin. They instantly see him and they go, oh, duh. Now, I'm not ruling that possibility out. That could very well be it. But at the same time, there could be a slew of other things going on in this story. Nothing is left off the table, but at the same time, I'm hearing through the grapevine that they feel the 5-0 is dragging their feet on this story or in this situation because they feel like it's something related in that kind of category. Oh, it's just a straight up and down situation and she just got in the way too. Well, doesn't matter. You still got two young adults whose lives were taken. Families that are crying, families that are devastated, families that are looking for justice. Doesn't matter if it's gang related or not. If this is an upset person, ex-boyfriend, or anything of that sort, doesn't matter. Justice should be served. Period. Doesn't matter But as soon as they see, I'm just saying, as soon as they see a kid flat, in these photos with the flat bill and all that stuff, and then he's black on top of that, oh, it's a rat. Oh, it's drug related, or it's gang related. Oh, that's all it is. She just happened to be at the wrong place at the wrong time. So let's talk about Lyric, though. This kid had a life too. This young man had a life too. And it pisses me off when I hear these kind of things, and it's like, yo, where's his story? Where's the explanation on him? There's a story of him being gone. There's a story where his parents or his family said goodnight to him and he didn't come home. Where's his story, y'all? Just saying. Where's his story? Oh, that stuff just boils my blood. I'm sorry. I love y'all. I know some of y'all don't like me talking race conversations, but we got to, okay? And I also want to say this too. And I'm going to say it. What if there was some sort of relationship going on? What if there was? They're in North Carolina. I'm not sitting here saying that North Carolina, there's crimes there are hate crimes that happen every day. Could be because of the color of your skin. Could be because of your sexual orientation. It can also be because who you're dating. What are the chances of that being a situation? Could this be a hate crime as well? But like I said, these are not things that they're really looking into. Apparently, I'm not sitting here saying that it has to only be that possibility. But this is what I'm hearing, and from what I'm understanding from family members, people who are following this story, that they're not exercising every possibility under the sun. It may not be that at all. But like I said, everything should be put on the table. Every possibility should be considered. But it seems as if feet are being dragged with this case. So we're going to go into this other piece here. We got another news clip. So let's take a listen to this.
Breaking news right off the top at 5 o'clock. A 17-year-old will soon face 2 first-degree murder charges in the deaths of 2 teenagers, Lyric Woods and Devin Clark. The 14-year-old and 18-year-olds were killed over the weekend after their parents reported them missing. Good evening, and thanks so much for joining us. Live from downtown Raleigh, I'm Lauren Johnson.
And I'm Dwan Hogart in for Steve Daniels. We have breaking team coverage tonight, beginning with our Elena Athens, who is live outside the Orange County Sheriff's Office following the latest. Elena, catch us up to speed with where we are right now.
Well, right now, authorities are trying to close in on a 17-year-old, make an arrest, and bring that suspect before a judge. The Orange County Sheriff, Charles Blackwood, issuing a statement. It says, in part, I want to thank the families of Devin Clark and Lyric Woods for trusting us and the investigative process during this excruciating, painful time. I hope the apprehension of the suspect will bring them some comfort as they mourn their loved ones. The office working with local, state, and federal authorities to catch the teen. The suspect is accused of killing 14-year-old Lyric Woods and 18-year-old Devin Clark. Their bodies were found with gunshot wounds in a field just a couple miles away from Lyric's home. She was reported missing Saturday morning. Devin Clark reported missing on Sunday. The missing persons report for Lyric indicated she left sometime on Friday night out the back door of her home, and it's believed she got a ride with someone, as a witness reported seeing a car going down a dirt road behind the house around 3 a.m.
Again, do you hear that? More information. I'm sorry. I hate to be riding that, but it's like she was seen. Who was watching her getting into a car at 3 a.m. in the morning, driving down a dirt road? You're telling me you could see her from afar getting? It's just, that's information that is so strange to me. Who gave that information, y'all? Who gave that information?
Devin Clark and Lyric Woods were said to be friends. The big question, what happened that led to both of them being killed? Condolences keep pouring in for these victims. One person describing Lyric and on social media as a sweet, beautiful girl. Devin's loved ones equally upset and eager for justice. The efforts right now to support both of the families going through this incredibly hard time. We'll have more on that ahead at 6 o'clock. For now, we're live in Orange County. Elena Athens, ABC 11 Eyewitness News.
I'm sorry. Can I just pause that for a second? I'm sorry. Did you hear what sorry, I'm leaning in on that. I'm sorry. I'm leaning on this again. But they describe her, but they don't describe him. Oh, love, beautiful, lovely woman, lovely young girl. What about him? What is he, chopped liver? Okay. Okay. Then also it's like, who is this 17-year-old suspect? Who would be though? Why haven't they released a little bit of that information? And this person's out here out on the lam. This dude he kicked rocks out here in these wilderness streets, in these North Carolina streets. And they can't give us nothing. But they got a person of interest and that person's on the run. Okay.
Yeah, two sets of families, plenty of friends, just trying to figure out exactly what happened. Elena, live again for us tonight. Thank you.
And let's bring in Jamise Price now. And Jamise, you have details on a volleyball game being played.
And I we'll get into the volleyball part, but at the same time, and I get it. Deja Vu just said because he's a minor. And that could very well be because he's a minor. Sure, but that's weird to me. Don't you think that and I understand state laws and all that stuff, but if this is a person who's out here running around pewing people, right? This person savagely, this 17-year-old person, we don't know if it's a man or a woman, okay, boy or a girl, but the 17-year-old person is still out here in these streets. Wouldn't people want to know to keep their heads up, to keep an eye out, to make sure that this 17-year-old person ain't going anywhere near their kids? It just doesn't make sense. I get it. He's a minor. I get that piece. But this has to do with someone savagely taking the lives of two people, suspected to be someone to take the lives of two beautiful young children, beautiful young teens. You don't think that they should be putting that information out so that people can keep their heads up? Sorry, to me, the math ain't mathing for me, y'all. To me on that, this 17-year-old kid is being protected by certain laws because he's 17 years old. I'm sorry, they just took two people's lives this past weekend. Like I'm not with it. I'm just not with it. I'm sorry, I'm not with it. Period.
In honor of Lyric Woods tonight.
That's right, Lauren. We're here at Jordan High School, and certainly the Cedar Ridge High School volleyball team playing with heavy hearts tonight. Certainly wanting to come away with a win in honor of Lyric Woods. The 14-year-old was an avid volleyball player. She was gearing up to play travel ball. A lot of condolences coming in from volleyball teams, including AIM Volleyball. They're offering their condolences on social media to the families of both victims. The club director telling ABC 11, "We will miss her bright smile and enthusiasm for the game. Our AIM Volleyball family is truly saddened by this tragic situation." Students from the high school telling me their classmates wore white T-shirts with Lyric Woods' name on it in honor of her, to show support for her and her family this week. So definitely a lot of sad teenagers, and schools are offering resources for these students. Grief counselors, student services, all will be available for students this week. But a lot of attention now turning to that suspect who investigators say is responsible. Who is this person and what led up to this point? Lauren?
Again, no information about Devin. Just saying. It's just very interesting, don't you think? It's just very interesting. She's a hell of a volleyball player. Not saying anything bad about that. Okay. I'm not knocking that. We need to understand a little bit more about Lyric and who she was and what kind of life she led. Sounds like she was a hell of a volleyball player, hell of an athlete. And maybe that's why she and Devin were able to connect, because they had something in common. Two talented athletes. But still, have you heard anything about Devin? He's just lumped into this story like, oh, there he is. Let's put his photo up. Hell of an athlete. Moving on. She was just so good. Like, come on. What happened? Oh, well. This is just...
Yeah, still a lot of unanswered questions for both families. Jameis, thank you. And we're also learning more about tributes to Devin Clark tonight. His mom taking to Facebook Live to say they are planning a memorial on Thursday in Caswell County, as well as a ride-along in Mebane on dirt bikes this Saturday, since that was something Devin really enjoyed doing. His mother says they're also trying to decide on a date of the funeral. Once we know more, we will pass that information along to you.
You know, like I said, it just seems so interesting how there's information one way, but then there's no information on the other. I just find it kind of strange, and it's almost an afterthought. And I believe that there's a lot of people that are feeling some type of way about this, how he's kind of being an afterthought. And there's a lot of family, or there's a lot of people that are watching this and seeing this story and are passionately involved in this story. And they're sitting here going, what in the hell? Why are they not showing him the respect that he deserves as well? What's up with 5-0? So on and so forth. He's not getting the respect because, and a lot of people are gravitating towards, because of the color of his skin and because they think that this has to do with some sort of banging situation, some street stuff. But again, we don't know anything. All we know is that she went, hung out with Devin. They allegedly got into a car, and this stuff went down. That's all we know. That's all we know. But people are so quick to just look at this kid and assume. And hey, again, that option is still on the table, but that's not the only option. That's not the only possibility. Many things could have gone on in this situation. Everything from this being a possible hate crime to wrong place at the wrong time, or someone trying to take them. That could possibly be it too. Like I said, the possibilities are wide open. Wide open. But I do believe freckled, green-eyed beauty just said it. I think this whole thing was done on purpose. Absolutely. Okay? A Lady 747 said Devin was 18. She was 14. That could be illegal. Smart for family to be quiet. See, I understand that piece too. I understand being quiet about certain things, But at the same time, and if there was something else going on, then I get that piece. But them actually speaking more, or like the news talking more about who he was, humanizing Devin Clark would be extremely nice right now. Not this whole only lyric. What about Devin too? He's a victim in this story as well. It's just sad. Now we have this person that's out on the lam, and we don't know anything of what's going on. But we got a couple more news clips that I wanted you guys to see as well. But before we jump into all of that, I will be right back in 29 seconds. See you guys in a minute. I wanted to create something that we could wear to start a very important conversation about mental health and remind those that are lost in the dark that we're here to guide them towards the light. Suicide has taken so many of our loved ones, and it needs to stop. My hope is by wearing these t-shirts and hoodies, we can stop these tragedies and start some conversations. Remember, you are not alone. Yes, remember, you are not alone. We have a few more days left in this this month for suicide awareness. So our customized tie-dye hoodies and t-shirts are still available right now as we speak. You can go check it out, pascalmerch.com. Portion of the proceeds is going to the American Foundation for Suicide Prevention. So please, this is obviously for a very good cause. So go and check it out. Like I said, customized tie-dyed hoodies and t-shirts that are not one hoodie or t-shirt is the same. So every single person that has ever gotten the t-shirt and hoodie in support of Suicide Awareness Month, no one has the same hoodie, no one has the same t-shirt. They are all completely different, and that's what's so amazing and exciting about what we're doing with this cause. So please go over to pascalmerch.com and please go check that out. That would really, really mean a lot. We also have other hoodies and t-shirts readily available. We got a fall line that we're going to be dropping soon, later this week as well. But some of them we've leaked out already. Like this hoodie is already exists on pascalmerch.com right now. This also is a set. So there's pants to this as well, a top and bottom, or you can just buy the bottoms, you can buy the tops, whatever you want to do. But again, like I said, every single hoodie and pants are completely different from the next one. So you are getting one of a kind type of merchandise. Now, one thing I do want to say, I said I was going to have some big news, and I'm very excited about this. I know that, and I know this is a lot of information, but I have to give you guys this information. This coming month, we are walking into Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and we are walking into DV Awareness Month. And for DV, Domestic Violence Awareness Month, we have collaborated with the Gabby Petito Foundation. I've been working closely with Nicole Schmidt, which is Gabby Petito's mother, and we have created some t-shirts and hoodies specifically for DV Awareness Month. A portion of those proceeds will be going to the Gabby Petito Foundation. So it is for a really, really great cause. And I'm very proud to be a part of this and collaborating with the foundation and with Nicole and all that. So I wanted to share with you guys what we created. So take a look. And this is just the shirt. But again, shirts and hoodies are available right now on the pascalmerch.com. Again, we have the back of it as well. Gabby Petito Foundation with the Pascal Show logo, and of course, domestic violence awareness, okay, as the hashtag. So again, portion of the proceeds will be going over to the Gabby Petito Foundation. So it is also for another really, really great cause. Go check it out. And like I said, we have a lot of stuff on the website, some really great hoodies, some really great jogging suits, etc. And we have some really, really great foundation, awareness t-shirts that we are working on and posting on the website right now as we speak. So I appreciate you guys showing all the purple hearts and all that, because I know that DV Awareness Month is their color is purple. So it's been a lot of purple lately, and I love purple. So again, I'll just show it to you guys one more again. Break the Silence is right here. Okay, it's a collaboration with the Gabby Petito Foundation and the family of Gabby Petito. So go and check it out. I got some other exciting news that I will be sharing with you guys later on. hopefully this week as well. I'll be letting you guys know about that very, very soon. But your boy's been working hard. Your boy's been busy. And we got some really cool and amazing information and things coming around the bend for you guys. So just had to do that quick little commercial break because we've been on for a straight hour. I figured this could be my time to speak with you guys about these things really, really quick and give you guys the huge announcement about this collaboration with the Gabby Petito Foundation. Again, go check it out. It is on PascalMerch.com, and support in any way you can. That would be fantastic. Let me make sure I get this pinned to the top of the chat so that you guys can go check it out. Oh, go and check it out if you want, because we are here to raise up all of you survivors out there. I will say that again. We're here to raise up all of you guys that have been who have survived, that are still surviving, and for those of y'all who have gotten away. Okay, we're here in solidarity with every single last one of y'all. So I wanted to bring awareness to that and create something beautiful. We collabed, and I had a version of this design, just really quick, that was absolute trash. And then Nicole made this. She made this. She's a hell of a designer, man. So, again, go check it out. We have them in hoodies and in t-shirts. Go check it out. And of course, we got a lot of other things. So go window shopping. Check some things out and support in any way you can. Okay. I like the hoodie you're wearing. Classic rap feel to it. Noblest D, what's up? I appreciate that. Thank you. Go check it out. PascalMerch.com. Again, PascalMerch.com. Anyway, we got to get into some more of this, but I had to do a little quick commercial break, quick commercial block, so that you guys know what's going on. Okay. And I appreciate you guys showing the love and support and all that. I think I have something in here. Oh, Nicole, thank you, Nicole, for gifting 5 memberships to people. I really do appreciate it. Thank you so very much. Thank you so very much. And, welcome Diane Thompson, Christy Love, Michaela Ishmael. Let's see who else. Karen 007, Weird Debbie M. Welcome to the family, guys. I appreciate you guys. And Nicole, thank you so much. I really do appreciate you gifting them 5 memberships. That's an amazing thing, guys. Again, $20 from Nicole. Thank you so much. Every little bit helps. You keep doing your thing. The shirts are awesome. So are Nicole's. Okay. Thanks for so are Nicole's. Yes. She does have her own design as well. Thanks for helping me update my wardrobe. Anytime. That's what I'm here for. Okay. To give you guys some cool stuff to rock out here in these streets. Anyway, let's get into this piece. I appreciate you guys showing the love and support. I really do appreciate it. But let's take a listen to this.
In the last few minutes, we received some new details about an investigation into the deaths of 2 teenagers.
CBS 17's Haley Fixer joins us now with that update. Haley.
Yeah, as you just mentioned just a few minutes ago, we got information that the Orange County Sheriff's Office is seeking a juvenile petition against a 17-year-old for two counts of first-degree murder. This, of course, in relation to the deaths of 14-year-old Lyric Woods and 18-year-old Devin Clark. Now, 48 hours investigators have spent trying to figure out who shot the 2 teens and why. And finally, now they have identified a suspect in this case. Now, about an hour ago, I did get a tip from a reliable source saying that the suspect is not in local custody, and that might now explain why the sheriff's office has released a statement saying that they are going to be working with local, state, and federal authorities to apprehend and present the suspect to the court system. As I just mentioned, we just got this information into the newsroom, so stick with us. I'll have more details tonight at 5. Live in Medvin. Hey.
I want to roll that back just a little bit more. I got to play that one a little bit. One more again.
a suspect in this case. Now, about an hour ago, I did get a tip from a reliable source saying that the suspect is not in local custody, and that might now explain why the sheriff's office has released a statement saying that they are going to be working with local, state, and federal authorities to apprehend and present the suspect to the court system. As I just mentioned, we just got this information into the newsroom, so stick with us. I'll have more details tonight at 5.
So in other words, this means this boy kicked rocks, or this person kicked mother-loving rocks, left the state most likely, ran. They ran. For what reason, I don't know. For what reason, I do not know. Amanda, thank you so much for the comment, and thank you so much for being a member for the past 2 months. She said, so proud of how far you've come from starting your channel to now. Can't wait to continue to watch you grow. Thank you so much. I really do appreciate it. Again, like I said, I am fulfilling a dream I never thought I'd ever see, ever in my life. So it is very exciting. And yeah, I appreciate the support. I really, really do. And more crazy stuff coming. I'm telling you, I'll tell you what, many more things coming. But Jennifer, hey, so many have asked about my hoodie. It is beautiful and so comfy. Thank you, Mr. and Mrs. Pascal. Beautiful cause. Thank you so much. I really do appreciate it. And thank you so much for being here and being a part of the conversation. Now, the thing is with this is what's so strange about all this, that this kid, this 17-year-old person of interest or suspect is gone. Now, I keep wondering, what are they going to do? How are they going to handle this situation? Because there's a lot of people out here that are sitting here going, well, I don't want this 17-year-old in my neck of the woods. How can I avoid this from happening? How can I stop this kid? How can I keep my head up and avoid this from happening? You see what I'm saying? It's just, it's sad and frustrating that all of this has even gone down. But again, is this third person that they were in the car with, like this right here? I'll just show you guys this title here. Okay, teens found unalive on trail may have been in the car with a third person. Again, who is the third person, y'all? Who's the third person? What actually went down here? How did this all go down? This whole thing is very, very frustrating. Now, this is also in some other parts of it too. Now, this is the from the article The Sun, but of course they're saying unalived teens, major update in Lyric Woods and Devin Clark murder as haunting memorial revealed. So, limited information. Orange County District Attorney and the attorney that is on the case have explained that the decision of whether or not to try the suspect as an adult or will not be determined at the time of the arrest. But here's the thing, though. He out here, he kicked rocks. He gone, or they are gone. We don't know if it's a man or a boy or a girl. We don't know. 17-year-old boy, 17-year-old girl. We don't know. All we know is that person's gone. Okay? It will likely then be left to the judge to transfer the case over or not. However, the North Carolina Juvenile Justice Act will also limit further details being revealed about the case as well, along with the identity of the 17-year-old. I'm sorry. I know that this could be, I'm going to keep it real. I get it. They have to protect the minor, the juvenile. Lucky for that person that person's only 17 years old. But at the same time, if this is a person that really did something, I wish that they can put the information out here. But then I understand that it would be really crappy if they put the face and name of this juvenile out here and say they didn't do anything. Say they didn't do anything at all. Next thing you know, people are going to be like, remember that time when you were, and that could be really crappy too. So taking passion and frustration and anger and seeking justice aside, I do understand that piece. But I still feel that if they really feel like this suspect could be the one, and they ran to another state or something, it does make me wonder, isn't there some loophole that they can put this information out here and say what's up? You know, real quick, I see this too. Thank you. I forgot to say that information here too. Beverly Cook just said on YouTube, thank you so much for the comment on YouTube. She said, it's sad how Devin's mom found out he went missing over social media. Then 2 bodies found again over social media. So sad. You know, and that's it. She found out online. She found out online. She didn't get a phone call, not a text message, not even not a bird came down and a hawk dropped off a scroll. Okay. Nothing. She found out through the social medias, through the internets. Imagine that too. Imagine finding out that devastating information through the internets, through your friends, or, going up and checking out Instagram, going on the shade room and bang, there it is. Imagine. It's ridiculous. James ML, thank you so much for the comment. All right. And thank you so much for holding it down. All right. But he says, Pascal, when I looked up Devin Clark's name, it only says his favorite colors are blue and black. Nothing else about him. It's just so strange, yo. Yeah, it does give me, it gives a little bit of that vibe for sure. It does give off that vibe for sure. But then again, I will say this though. Kendrick Johnson's case has not been solved. They have not had suspects or persons of interest that the cops are running down and trying to arrest and throw behind bars. Kendrick Johnson, his case is still an unsolved mystery. With this thing, they at least have a person of interest. They at least have a suspect that they're trying to zero in and get. But I keep wondering if the reason why they were so quick to figure things out with this case is because of Lyric. I'm sorry, I'm just being honest. Notice the news. I'm sorry, but it's the truth. You notice the news. They're going, oh, she such a lovely person. Man, you're telling me that that Devin Clark's family wouldn't be down to talk and speak beautifully about their son? We got all these details about Lyric. What's up with Devin? Just seems a bit weird. Just saying, if this was just Devin, would this make the news like this? Because you got Kendrick Johnson, who's been out here, and that's still an unsolved mystery. And that should have been solved. That should have been solved with ease. Well, maybe not with ease, but that should have been solved. That should have been done already. But again, they have not revealed his identity or this 17-year-old, because of basically because of the North Carolina Juvenile Justice Act. All right. And of course that they can't, which may stop information from being put out to the public, which is absolutely just messed up. And then also along with the identity of the 17-year-old. So North Carolina Central University law professor Irving Joyner explained to ABC 11 that even with the confidentiality, Orange County law enforcement has clearly found strong evidence pointing toward the monster. Let's just say that for lack of a better term. The juvenile protections will be available to this individual until there's a court determination that they should be prosecuted as an adult. So they got to get that as a thumbs up. Like, yes, he did something. They did something terrible. So because we don't know the sex, we don't know the gender of this person, of this 17-year-old, but they need the courts to say, yes, he needs to be prosecuted as an adult. But that's an exception to the statute that allows for prompt movement. So initially, there is just a level of confidentiality that's going to apply. There has been information provided to law enforcement that quickly led to the identification of this suspect, and then the decision by law enforcement to arrest a particular individual. So that means that that there was, a strong trail that was there that led to that person. He continued. So you're telling me that they basically said they found the guy. They basically found the person. They're saying evidence, all breadcrumbs, etc., are leaning toward this individual. Period. So, families want justice. Families of both Lyric and Devin are still in mourning, of course, desperately doing anything they can to honor their lost loved ones and find the suspect. So, of course, Lyric's grandfather offered a $10,000 reward on Facebook to find his granddaughter's monster soon after the news release, and has now fixed a haunting memorial at the trail site. He reportedly put up solar lights around the original cross that the Woods family had placed for Lyric days after the murder. Tiffany Concepcion, the mother of 18-year-old Devin, also explained that she will not stop until justice is served to that 17-year-old suspect. I want to get justice, and I don't care where I have to go, what I have to do, who I've got to talk to. I'm going to keep going and keep doing it. She also explained in a video on social media that she feels that the 17-year-old suspect must have had significant anger to shoot Devin and Lyric. He must have been real angry and had a lot of anger in him. I pray for his family at this time because it's a lot for them too. So there has been no official motive stated yet for the 17-year-old, and case details continue to be limited overall. Like I said, because he's a minor, because he's a juvenile, they can basically hold a bunch of information from us unless this 17-year-old individual gets tried as an adult. Then the floodgates will be open and we'll be able to get more information. But right now, either they have this 17-year-old and they're just not telling anybody, or this 17-year-old really ran off and they are gone, and they are trying to detain this particular 17-year-old. Again, I'll read what Devin's mom said. Again, he must have been real angry and had a lot of anger in him. So it sounds like this 17-year-old was a man or a boy, a 17-year-old boy. So I pray for his family at this time because it's a lot for them too. And that's very considerate of Tiffany Concepcion saying that as well. All right. But at the same time, you got a 17-year-old kid finding them and gunning them down. For what reason? We don't know. We don't know. And this could very well be a situation where somebody is could be a jealous rage, a moment in jealous rage. This could be some street beef too. We got to throw that in there. Or it could be anything under the sun. It could be anything under the sun. It could be a 17-year-old with bloodlust. You never know. Just wanted to shoot some people. That could be it too. But you got to remember, they were in a trail. They were on a trail. So were they driving with him? Were they riding with this 17-year-old? Like I said, so many questions. So many questions that I wish we had answers to. And the only way we're going to get more answers is when they get this 17-year-old boy. That's the only way we're going to get more information about what actually went down and why things went down the way they went down. But you also have eyewitness or witnesses saying that they heard guns going off 10 times and then 5 more times after that, rapid fire. This is not a simple thing of the gun accidentally went off. Clearly, somebody pointed the gun towards these two individuals with the intent to take these kids' lives. So now the question still remains, why? Why did they take Lyric Woods and Devin Clark's life like this? What was the cause of it? Again, jealous rage, hate crime, street beef. Just because he wanted to, the 17-year-old wanted to, anything is possible. Anything is possible. I'm going to read some of you guys' comments here really quick. Zozo Bob, Pascal, how hard is it to track down a 17-year-old on a run, though? Yeah, it costs money to be on the lam. Who's supporting him? Unless he got all cash, But you think that if he kick rocks, I'm just being real. If he kick rocks, you don't think somebody's going to sit there and go, oh, I know that individual. He drives this ride. He's 17 years old. He ain't James Bond. He ain't Ethan Hunt. This ain't Mission Impossible. He ain't going to be able to hop and change cars and all that stuff and change the license plates and stuff. If he's just running, if he's on the run and he's doing it by driving, you would think that they'd be able to detain this individual fast. Now, they're not saying that they have him. And to me, it sounds like they don't have him at all. But I feel that they're dragging their feet a little bit in this situation. Do you know how many other people have gone and, found the truth on something so fast? This seems a little bit slow, in my personal opinion. Just saying. And I really do hope, I really, really, really do hope that they charge this man, this 17-year-old man. He a man now. He ain't even a man. Like he's beyond that. Now he's just a monster. But at the same time, I hope that they try him as an adult so that we can find out what really went down here and who this person is, who the 17-year-old is. It's just disgusting and disturbing. Chloe's mom, thank you so much for the comment on YouTube. Devin's mom said he doesn't have a license, so he didn't pick up Lyric. So the 17-year-old must have picked up Devin and Lyric. Yeah. So what's up? You see what I'm saying? What happened here? What is going on? What could possibly have gone on in this particular situation? It just seems strange. Ray Allen, thank you so much for the comment on YouTube. Either this was a racist older man from the area from that area, or a jealous teen. He could have liked Lyric. Yeah, and she was just closer to Devin, and that person was jealous. That could very well be it too. That could very well be it too. God, crazy thoughts, but maybe Devin was interested. Maybe they were out hanging out. He finally made a move. The friend that was there was maybe in hopes of asking her out as well, but maybe it was a little too late, got upset, and then this thing went down. That could be it too. I don't know. Like I said, so many possibilities with this. But again, I will say this. They say that there was an eyewitness that saw her in a car at 3 a.m. So what was going on? How did this witness see her in a car at 3 a.m.? Did they go, what was their timeline? What was her timeline? What was Devin's timeline? From the time that she said goodnight to her stepdad and he closed that door, from that moment on, what was it? What happened? Because clearly she snuck out of the house at some point, and then 3 a.m. she was found in a car riding somewhere, and then she was found later on the side of the road with Devin as well. So what is the timeline between her saying goodnight to her stepdad and her being found on the road with Devin? The other question I do have is and I totally agree, Dana, dear Dana. I totally agree. Nothing good happens at 3 a.m. Unless you're smashing Denny's. You know what I'm saying? But other than that, you ain't out at 3 a.m. for any good. Let's keep it real. But the other question I have is, how were they found? What are the details on how they were found? And I feel like that's going to be told in the autopsy report. And of course, we're going to find out more information in the toxicology report as well. But like I said, there's somebody, a person of interest. There's a suspect out here running off, allegedly, 17 years old. That could very well be the person that took the lives of these two young individuals. And I really do hope that they find some justice very, very soon, because this is a sad situation. This is a very, very sad situation. But I do feel that this may be a personal thing, but I don't think it's what everybody's thinking it is. Or not saying everybody. I don't think that it is what some people are thinking it is. I think that it could just be a jealous rage, a moment of jealousy. And that's what happened. But like I said, these are all speculations. We're only going to know when they actually detain this 17-year-old and we can actually hear the story from their own mouth. So fingers crossed on swift justice with this situation, because these two deserve it. Both Lyric and Devin deserve justice. I'm just saying that out loud. All right, guys. But that is the show, guys. I appreciate all y'all for being here, being a part of the conversation. There's been a lot to talk about, a lot to chop up about. So I appreciate all y'all. Okay. Actually, hold on real quick. Freckled, green-eyed beauty is not wrong. That's a good possibility too. I believe he's hiding out in the area, and it's very country out there. Yeah, he could be out there in those North Carolina streets. Okay, out there in those wilderness streets right now. You never know. You never know. But I will say, hopefully they find him quick. I hope that they find him quick, y'all. I really, really do. All right. But anyway, guys, it is time to get going. I appreciate all y'all for being here, being a part of the conversation. Please do me a favor. Do not forget, all right, to hit that like button down below. Send those likes all the way up. That would really mean a lot. And do not forget to hit that subscribe button. And also, let me kill the music real quick before I forget. To all you guys that are living out in Florida right now, please be safe. All right. Hopefully you have found shelter. Hopefully you found a place to be to get away from this particular hurricane, or this, I don't know if it's even a hurricane yet or if it's just a tropical storm still, but still, please be safe. All my people, all my fam out in Florida, please be safe, because this hurricane coming out, or this tropical storm, whichever it is, it's coming. So please be safe out there, guys. All right. But of course, please do not forget to hit that like button down below. Hit that subscribe button. It'd be great to have you a part of the Pascal Show family. All right. But anyway, it is time to get going. Be good to yourselves. Be good to one another. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. Let's love you guys. This is the Pascal Show. Bye.